Be honest with yourself. How many of you grew up with SpongeBob, or at least enjoy the show from time to time? Now, how many of you have artificially colored your hair before, even if it was just temporary dye? Full disclosure, I used to be a natural blonde, but as my hair started to get darker and turn light brown, I started bleaching it. Now, what could I possibly be talking about where both of these things are relevant? Up to a point. Well, if you read the title before clicking, you might have an answer to that. That's right, today I'm going to be talking about coral bleaching.
What's coral bleaching?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Technilogica is a place for me and you.
I'm sure many of you think coral is more like a rock than anything else. Visually, that's pretty accurate. I mean, just look at it. Even a snail or turtle has at least some appendages. And what kind of plant is so hard and scratchy?
Am I a joke to you?
However, coral is actually a living, breathing organism. Think of the hard part of it more like a shell, and it kind of makes sense. Even though that's not how it works at all. Coral also has a very important job. They can start to grow together and form what are known as coral reefs, which act as a kind of buffer that protects our coasts from some of the harsher water events, like large waves or storms. However, a lot of coral has been weakened. I usually like to be kind of comedic or cheerful in my videos, like you can definitely see in last month's April Fool's video, but I'm gonna get serious here. This is a pretty big issue. A lot of coral is endangered due to coral bleaching. Coral has algae in it. This algae can provide up to a whole 90% of the coral's energy. Coral bleaching is when that coral tries to get rid of the algae. It's very similar to when the power goes out at your house. One of the main sources of your house's energy has been cut off, so most of your electronics can't work until the power comes back in. Which is the worst. It sucks being a cartoonist in a power outage. I can't do freaking anything. Pro tip though, save your work every 3 minutes using the Control-S hotkey or Command-S if you have a Mac, and you don't even lose progress. But the coral has it a whole lot worse. This coral is getting rid of something that plays a very big role in its functionality as a living thing. And when a living thing completely runs out of energy, it crashes.
So, stop throwing bleach in the water. Solves the problem.
You are too pure for this world. Unfortunately, that's not entirely how it works. In fact, some of the causes of coral bleaching are mostly out of our hands. Climate change is one of the biggest factors. As the ocean gets warmer, for some reason the coral feels the need to push away algae. Thankfully, once the coral is a little less bugged out, it can pretty quickly recover from being bleached. However, each time the coral is bleached, that weakens its overall health, which is very similar to my hair.
But why do we need to know? Can we change the weather? Ooh, ice cream.
Not unless you're a cartoon fourth wall breaker.
What? Where did it go? Ooh.
Yes, we can't instantly stop climate change. However, while many other natural factors are involved, like low tides and overexposure to sunlight, pollution also causes coral bleaching. Now that is something we have control over. If we could just stop throwing our trash and chemicals into the oceans, the problem wouldn't be as bad. So, I challenge you all. Next time you're about to just toss something into the trash, stop and think for a second. Can you reuse it instead of just getting rid of it? If not, is it recyclable instead of just regular garbage? Or if you're into gardening, double check those labels. Make sure you're not inadvertently using something that's actually a little more harmful than you thought. If you're not sure what an ingredient you see is, do a little research. People are always stuck behind screens, so why not put that screen to good use? But I mean, I can't really talk there. I have dual monitors for my computer. It might seem small, but doing these things can help, even if only a tiny, tiny bit. Thank you so much for watching! This is a little different than my usual brand of stupidity, but I hope you learned something. I know I sure did. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay creative. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!